Wait, hold on a second. Is Chad DiMera actually going to betray the memory of Abigail by hooking up with Belle Black? Are the writers seriously putting Stefano DiMera's Golden Boy with John and Marlena's Golden Girl? I am losing my mind over this. Hey Days fans, welcome back. I've got some massive Salem drama to unpack today, and trust me, you are going to want to hear every single detail of this impending romantic train wreck. If you haven't already, smash that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join our amazing community of soap obsessives. We dive deep into the real dirt every single day, and today's scoop is an absolute jaw-dropper. Let's get right into the raw spoilers because the Salem rumor mill is completely on fire right now. Chad DiMera is officially getting a new girlfriend. And no, it is not Cat Greene. I know we all thought the writers were pushing Chad and Cat, but plot twist, it is actually Belle Black. Yes, you heard me correctly. Chad and Belle matched on that ridiculous Salem dating app. I honestly thought that app storyline was just a filler gimmick, but apparently its algorithm is scarily accurate. They had planned a date a while ago, but Chad's life completely imploded, forcing him to skip town. Now, Chad is back in Salem. He is in a much better headspace, and he is finally taking Belle out for that highly anticipated dinner. Let's be real for a second. Chad has been through absolute hell lately. The actor playing Chad, Connor Floyd, just took over the role, and I have to say, the recast energy is exactly what this legacy character needed. Chad had to leave town with Thomas and Charlotte because the custody battle with Jack and Jennifer Devereaux got incredibly ugly. And why did it get ugly? Because Cat Greene was running around Salem pretending to be the resurrected Abigail Devereaux. That completely traumatized little Thomas. Chad had to sign legal papers promising to stay away from Cat just to keep his kids. So, of course, the date with Belle got put on the back burner. He was a broken man. But now he is back. He is settling in, and he wants to honor his promise to Belle. But I need to rant about Belle Black for a minute. I honestly believe Belle is using Chad DiMera as a giant glaring rebound. We all know exactly what is going on with Belle right now. She is fiercely, violently jealous of Shawn Brady. Shawn is currently shacked up at Jada Hunter's apartment recovering from his leg injury, and the romantic sparks between Shawn and Jada are burning down the building. Belle cannot stand it. She cannot stand the idea of Shawn moving on with a strong, independent detective like Jada. So, what does Belle do? She does what Belle always does. She finds a shiny new toy to make Shawn jealous. And who is shinier and richer than a DiMera? If you ask me, Belle has a deeply toxic historical pattern. Let's look back 5, 10, even 15 years ago. Every single time Belle and Shawn hit a rough patch, Belle immediately runs into the arms of another wealthy, powerful man. Remember Philip Kyriakis? Philip was the ultimate pawn in the Belle and Shawn saga. Belle would get mad at Shawn, run to Philip, break Philip's heart, and go running right back to Shawn. It is a vicious, never-ending cycle. I am completely convinced that the writers are just setting Chad up to be the new Philip Kyriakis. Chad is just a pawn in Belle's twisted game to win back her high school sweetheart. It makes me so mad because Chad deserves so much better than being someone's backup plan. And let's look at Chad's psychology right now. The man is incredibly vulnerable. He is grieving Abigail all over again. Why? Because EJ DiMera just used the secret DiMera resurrection pod to bring Lexi Carver back from the dead. Chad is completely agonizing over the fact that EJ claims the pod was not an option for Abigail. Can you imagine the psychological torture Chad is going through? He is watching his brother play God, bringing Lexi back, while the love of his life remains in the grave. Chad is desperate for a distraction. He is desperate to feel something other than grief and rage. Belle Black is offering him an easy, attractive escape from his DiMera nightmare. She is a beautiful woman offering him a night of normalcy, and Chad is jumping at the chance to forget his pain for just a few hours. We also cannot ignore the Cat Greene factor. Chad promised Jack and Jennifer he would stay away from Cat, but now that Chad is back in town, he is seeing Cat getting awfully close to EJ DiMera. I think Chad is incredibly jealous. He might hate Cat for what she did to Thomas, but there's an undeniable, messy chemistry there. I think Chad is taking Belle out on this date specifically to prove to himself and to Cat that he has moved on. It is a classic soap opera move. You date someone safe to hide your feelings for someone dangerous. Belle is the safe choice. Cat is the dangerous obsession. Chad wants Cat to see him whining and dining Belle Black just to prove that he is not sitting at home pining over a woman he legally cannot be near. Let's circle back to the Salem dating app. Who in their right mind programmed this thing? Pairing a DiMera with a Black? John Black and Marlena Evans are going to absolutely lose their minds when they find out their precious daughter is dating Stefano DiMera's son. Yes, Chad is one of the good DiMeras, but he still carries that cursed last name. Marlena is already dealing with the shock of Theo Carver telling her that Lexi is alive. Now she has to deal with Belle bringing Chad to Sunday dinner. The family dynamics are going to be explosive. I am here for the drama, but I honestly feel bad for John. The man is going to have a heart attack when he sees Chad DiMera standing on his porch holding flowers for Belle. Sweeps month is right around the corner, and you guys know what that means. The writers are going to push this Chad and Belle pairing to the absolute limit. I predict this dinner date is going to be a masterclass in awkward tension. Picture this. Chad and Belle are sitting at a romantic table at the Bistro. The wine is flowing, they are laughing, they are actually having a decent time, but then the restaurant doors open. In walks Shawn Brady on his crutches, leaning heavily on Jada Hunter. They look cozy. They look intimate. Belle's smile instantly drops. She grips her wine glass so hard it almost shatters. Chad notices her looking at Shawn. But wait, it gets better. Because this is Days of Our Lives, we need maximum chaos. Just as Belle is glaring at Shawn and Jada, EJ DiMera walks in with Cat Greene on his arm. Now, Chad is glaring at Cat. You have Chad staring at Cat, Belle staring at Shawn, and nobody is actually paying attention to their own date. It is the ultimate soap opera trope, and the writers are absolutely going to use it. I can see the cliffhanger now. Belle impulsively leans in and kisses Chad right as Shawn walks by, just to get a reaction. Chad kisses her back, but he is looking right over her shoulder at Cat. It is brilliant, messy, and I am completely obsessed with the potential of this absolute disaster. We also have to talk about the chemistry test happening here. Recasting a legacy character like Chad is incredibly difficult. Connor Floyd has huge shoes to fill after Billy Flynn. The producers are using this date with Belle to test his chemistry with different leading ladies on the canvas. Martha Madison is a powerhouse actress. She can generate chemistry with a brick wall. If Connor and Martha light up the screen, the writers might actually pivot and make them a real long-term couple. But if the chemistry falls flat, this will just be a quick rebound storyline that fizzles out before the summer. The actors are going to have to work overtime to make us believe this pairing, and I am watching their every move. Personally, I hate this pairing. I am just going to say it. I absolutely hate it. Chad DiMera is a romantic leading man who needs an epic, soul-shaking love story. He needs someone who is going to challenge him, someone who understands the dark legacy of the DiMera family, but pulls him toward the light. Abigail was that for him. Belle is not that person. Belle is too wrapped up in her own Horton and Brady family drama. She is too selfish. I ruthlessly drag Belle, because she never learns from her mistakes. She is going to use Chad, break his heart, and leave him even more damaged than he already is. She has done this to so many men in Salem, and I refuse to watch her do it to Chad. Let's be real, Shawn and Jada are not going to last forever. The writers have been teasing a Shawn and Jada reunion, but Belle and Shawn are endgame. They always find their way back to each other. When Shawn inevitably realizes he still loves Belle, Belle is going to drop Chad like a bad habit. And where does that leave Chad? It leaves him completely shattered, which will probably push him right back into the toxic, dangerous orbit of Cat Greene. Or worse, it might push Chad to embrace his dark DiMera roots. A heartbroken, angry Chad DiMera is a dangerous Chad DiMera, and if Belle breaks his heart, we might see the return of the ruthless DiMera prince. I just wish the writers would give Chad a break. Give him a woman who is entirely focused on him, not a woman who is constantly looking over her shoulder at her ex-husband. The actor is killing it right now, portraying this deep, simmering grief over Abigail and Lexi. He doesn't need to be reduced to Belle Black's jealousy pawn. But hey, that is the soap opera world we live in. We crave the mess, and this storyline is going to deliver a massive, chaotic mess. I just hope Chad guards his heart, because Belle is a hurricane of emotional destruction. So, I have to know what you guys think about this. Are you shipping this new Chabelle pairing, or do you think Belle is just using Chad to make Shawn jealous? Drop your wildest predictions in the comments below. Take a side, defend your favorites, and let's get a massive debate going. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all tomorrow for more shocking Salem updates.